I'm associated with the sister organization of Schumacher Center called Association for Democratic Socialism, which is a research advocacy and a training organization. We do the same thing verbally, what Srivastav sir does digitally. Yeah? She's taking on the government when it goes wrong, and we advocate progressive politics, which is the new name of social democracy. That is why the series on different actors or different sectors vis-a-vis progressive politics. Media, the next talk is on foreign policy, making progressive foreign policy, making progressive economic policy. So this is a series we are running.
If you look at the history of Indian media, right from its early beginnings, it's very evident that it had a progressive, progressive streak. It always had a progressive, an element of addressing human concerns, addressing concerns to good governance, even in the pre-independence era. James Shri, when he launched his first newspaper, it was a combination of business and politics. And then he dared to criticize the British government at that point of time. But as all of us know, over the last 75 years, we have changed a lot, and we have changed for the worse. Progressive politics or progressive ideology and philosophy is very rare in the media space now. So, I would like to look at the trajectory on how this development, how this happens. I think the fundamental thing changes came when commercial interest became the key for the media, sometime around the mid 1960s. I think they got with them, and they kind of looked at media industry or they kind of practiced kind of the media practices which were essentially people oriented. We were essentially looking at government with a critical eye. The real job of the fourth estate was being carried forward by the media organization. Sometime to the 1960s. Around the 1960s, when you had commercial interests take over, and the study found out that there was only one media organization which did not have other commercial interests. Like, for example, the Times of India was into jute, was into shipping, was into infrastructure, was into real estate. The Statesman again was into jute. So in Kerala, the Manora was into plantations and rubber. So every single media organization at that point of time, the study was done in the 1980s, had other business interests, other vested interests. So they came to the conclusion that only one organization had the potential, in theoretical terms, to be neutral and impartial and objective, and that was the Hindu, because Hindu did not have any other commercial or vested interests. The kind of compromises with the powers that be the establishment. So the study was published in mid 1980s, I think. It was published around 1984. But in less than 3 years, in 1988, there was a big disruption within the Hindu when N. Ram was forced to come out of the Hindu and publish his Bobas and executive stories outside the Hindu, and his managing editor, Kasturi, his own uncle, refused to publish the Bobas stories because he says we were losing the kind of control that we are talking about. The kind of government control, the kind of control of the establishment that we talk about now was there at that point of time also. But what has changed, I think, is the degree. But anyway, to go back to the history, so this compromises and the pressures started, the advancement of commercial interests in a big way started around the mid 1960s, and then they galloped by the time we reached the early 1990s, when we reached the stage of globalization. The interests of globalization also and liberalization also became part and parcel of the media industry. Because in the 1990s that the Jains famously decided not to have an editor for Times of India. And they said, that Samir Jain went to the extent of saying that it's only a product. I mean, I'm selling toothpaste, I'm selling. So this is still a man. There is no social cause, there is no worldview, nothing that I want to propagate. I'm just selling a product and I want to sell as much product as I can. So that shift happened in the early 1990s and then it continued. What happened again in the 1990s, another interesting phenomenon, it was in the 1990s that India had its first satellite television channel. And again, the commercial interests and big capital came into the television industry right from the early stages. But more interestingly, the entry of political capital in a big way into the media industry happened in the early 1990s with the advent of television. So if you look at almost all the states in the country, every uh, every political party has its own channel, and in places like Tamil Nadu, I think there are multiple channels owned by a single party. So, so the point is, along with the interest of commercial capital, the interest of political capital also became very, very prevalent in India. So that is the situation, and that progressively we have seen the erosion of so-called real values of the first state. We have seen how media is compromising with itself, compromising with the establishment at every stage, and now of course we have advocacy journalism of the worst kind, where talents are competing with one another to kind of to promote these interests and causes of the establishment. It's kind of look at this whole media disruption business which has happened with the entry of digital media and the social media. So the study said that radio, when it came into being, radio took 38 years to reach 50 million viewers. Television took 13 years to reach 50 million viewers. Internet took just 4 years to reach 50 million viewers. But then internet also has gone through Web 1.0, Web 2.0, Web 3.0. So then came the iPod, the original music listening machine. It took just 3 years to reach 50 million viewers. Then Facebook took just 9 months to reach 100 million users. And iPhone apps took just 9 months to reach 1 billion users. So the point is the kind of disruption that has happened in terms of the spread of media, the reach of media, the kind of great penetration. It was thought to be at initial stages. It was thought that that this would liberate the media space and it will provide more and more normal people access to media. They will be able to create their own media. But then, as we all of us know, here also even this technology, this disruptive technology, has also played into the hands of the big capital and corporates. So that's why when it is so blatantly being used for commercial interest that you search for a hotel in Shimla, the next time you get onto the internet, Google will start suggesting train tickets to Shimla or flight tickets to what. So basically, the way your behavior, the way you interact with the internet, everything is so beautifully mapped by these commercial interests that you have no alternative. In fact, Google apparently predicted the divorce of a couple looking at their internet habits, and finally, I mean, it's not a fictional story. It's an actual story. So basically, it is the kind of disruption which was supposed to have potential to liberate the people. It has actually played into the hands of commercial interests. And interestingly, by 2022, the projection is that there will be 26 billion devices connected to the Internet of Things. 26 billion talking toasters, as they call. The point is, so in short, what we thought was that the digital disruption would liberate, that it will give a new fillip to progressive politics, but that has not happened. But still, I think there is potential to kind of look at this possibility. There are ways and means of kind of doing there is this good internet and the bad internet as been now defined. So there is a way in which we can try to advance the good internet, but it's not a very easy job, but it's an uphill task. What I believe organizations like Shri Foundation can do is to kind of have a network. I have a concept on this basically, like a progressive equivalent of small media organizations, the equivalent of the Confederation of Indian Industry. Like for example, something that can connect grassroots level organizations, something that connect social organizations, social media platforms like the ones that all of you are talking about, and the social media platform that I was talking about, the Ideologue. So maybe if we can network across geographical regions and kind of do things collectively, I think there is a scope to do progressive politics in the media space, or even about progressive philosophy overall in the media space.